Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you've seen and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, we have a look at player statistics and how they are doing during this 2022 season after round 6. West Tigers marquee signing hit with a ban, and this England flyer is courting a lot of interest ahead of his contract renewal. So we begin today with the news that West Tigers half Jackson Hastings has been suspended for 3 weeks after failing to have a dangerous throw charge downgraded at the NRL judiciary on Tuesday evening. Hastings has been hit with a grade 2 charge by the match review committee for the tackle on Tex Hoy in the 13th minute of the Tigers' abysmal loss to the Newcastle Knights on Sunday morning. Hastings though was one of the best Tigers players on the day, although he couldn't get his team on the scoreboard until the 75th minute of the game. The half has played in each of the opening 2 games of the season. In failing to have the charge downgraded though, he has seen his ban jump from 2 games to 3 matches, meaning that he will now not be due to return until round 6. In the meantime, Hastings will now miss a home game against the Warriors this Friday, away game against the Titans in round 4, and a difficult away trip to the Shire for a clash with the Cronulla Sharks in round 5. Joe Offenhengawe was involved in the same tackle, escaped with only a fine, while Hastings has ruled to be done more heavily due to being the person that lifted the man in the tackle. Due to this incident and the extended ban, despite being named in the squad, Jackson Hastings has now had to remove himself from the New Zealand Warriors matchday squad for the West Tigers. Hastings' replacement is likely to be Jock Madden, who has been linked away with the move from Tigers over the past few months due to a lack of playing time, and is likely to slot alongside Luke Lux in the halves, unless Maguire elects for a more left-sided option, with Tyrone Peachey playing in the halves instead. The Tigers will trim their squad to 19 players at 6 PM on Thursday evening at AEDT. It's a little bit of a blow for West Tigers. Injuries and bans are all part and parcel of it, but to have the ban extended for one of their players, one of their marquee signings in the summer, a player that they like quite a lot due to his ability, his kicking ability, his running ability. Plus, he's not scared of getting involved in a tackle whatsoever, as you can tell. But he now has to sit down for 3 games. It's the downside of rugby league, I'm afraid. And he will have to take his medicine as it comes to him. Now we come on to a little bit of transfer rumours, as many as 5 clubs are said to be chasing Brisbane Broncos star Herbie Farnworth. After starting the 2022 NRL season like a house on fire for the Queensland side, Farnworth has been attracting worldwide attention, and now 5 clubs are set to enter into a bidding war for the England international service. In comments about the Brisbane youngster, Herbie is off contract at the end of the year, and he has basically said to the Broncos, I want to play some football, then I want to sit down in a month or so and sit down, have a talk and see what happens. The Daily Telegraph's Brent Reid has said on Triple M Radio. Herbie has a bit of a disrupted pre-season. He got COVID at one point. He went into the first game a bit underdone. So at that point, he said to the club, let's just get some footy under my belt and we will talk about things down the track. Farnworth has been getting admiring glances from all different angles, whether it be the new NRL team for 2023, the Dolphins, or even rugby union. Since then, there has been about 4 or 5 clubs that have come in for Herbie. The Dolphins are one of them. There is a few clubs that have come in. My understanding is that he doesn't want to leave the Broncos. His preference is to stay. He's optimistic about the direction the club is heading, and he's a really loyal bloke. But as things stand, Herbie Farnworth is still out of contract at the end of the season, and of course usually the highest bidder usually wins the right to sign the player. One thing about the Dolphins is that they're playing at Suncorp Stadium. They are a Queensland based club and are going to attract some decent players. Maybe not for this the first season, but they'll be competitive as time goes on with Wayne Bennett in charge. I think Herbie Farnworth will do better at Brisbane because it'll be more settled, but it's all about the right finances in place. He's only young and he can do whatever he wants with his career until he gets to a certain age where he feels he doesn't need any more money. Well, you can never have too much money anyhow. That's my feelings. He's more likely to stay with the Broncos because of his rugby league career so far has been nothing but the Broncos. He's seen where the club is going, the players that are being brought in, having players like Payne Haas in his team as well. It's a good building blocks. Plus he scored a double last weekend. The only direction he can go, it's up. So now it's back to Super League and how we've seen how clubs have done and the league tables out there and everything like that. I'm going to continue and doing the individual side of it, how players have done during this season so far. Well, as we start with the obvious one, top try scorer, and that's a 3-way tie between Tommy Makinson, Ken Seal and Josh Charnley. But don't forget, Josh Charnley has missed the last 2 games due to suspension, so it could have been a lot more for him. The most meters by any player has been made by Jay Fields with 967. He has been a revelation for Wigan this year and has been one of the best players in Super League. Matty Ashton is second though. His explosive pace was shown again against Wakefield as he is now just one shy of 900. And Tommy Makinson is back amongst it again in 3rd place. The most offloads comes from 2 players, Joe Westerman and Peter Matautia, with both having 12 during this season, in sides that haven't done as well as they would like. Next is Salford's Tim Lifey, and I know he's missed a couple of matches himself during this season. And his coach Paul Rowley says that he's not quite the finished article. In the most carry stakes, it seems like Darrell Alfords continues to lead the way with 110 carries, while Joe Westerman is catching up with 109. His clubmate seems to show which way the Castleford Tigers like to play their rugby league. In the 3rd place, it's Innie Senior, and he has 99. Good going for the winger at Huddersfield. But again, Jay Fields leads the way with the most clean breaks with 10, while Tommy Makinson backs that up with 9, and Greg Eden, who's only played really 3 games this season, has made 8. And finally, the most try assists is held by Jake Connor, who has now got 12 assists and is out on his own after being tied with Tui Lolohea for the last 2 games. I knew that after these 2 teams would face each other that one of them would come unstuck, but it turned out to be Tua Lolohea. Jack Wellesby has joined Lolohea on the 10 mark for assists for this season, as the Saints youngster is getting better as the season goes on. While the top 3 are fullbacks, the rest are the usual people you would expect, with Tony Gigo up there in 4th place. We have Josh Drinkwater at Catalans, we have Johnny Lomax at Saints, all halfbacks by trade that are catching up in the assist totals as more and more people are picking up where teams are attacking from. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share this video worldwide, so that we can get the word of Rugby League out there, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates and new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's video. Do you think the 3-match ban is a little harsh for Jackson Hastings, or do you think it's right? Herbie Farnworth, who would be the best fit for him? Do you agree with me that staying with the Broncos would be a good way to progress his career? Or should the young man sow his oats and, metaphorically speaking, and go after the money for his long-term aspirations? Or is there another option that could be of interest to him? And finally, what do you think of these statistics that these players are putting out? There's some amazing performers out there. Sam Powell with the most tackles, he's always up there, but it's usually like the Danny Houghtons that are far and far away. But he's in the lead, can he stay there? That's my personal preference. He gets amongst the tackles so many times, it makes sense. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment on today's video and ask any questions and I'll see if I can answer them for you. But in the meantime, please remember to stay safe. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.